I sense your lack of enthusiasm for this theme song.
Roll the intro.
Well, I mean, if that theme song doesn't tickle your fancy, then maybe this one will.
Yeah. Why don't we get that?
That was apparently the Ron Wasserman demo for this theme song that they did not go with.
Leo is doing this podcast by himself tonight.
So you're telling me you had the option to go with the GOAT, Ron Wasserman, and you went with Mystic Rap? It's not that it's not catchy. It's just it's catchy for all the wrong reasons.
It's bad, okay? We were robbed again!
Damn it, Disney!
Deborah! Wait, no, wrong platform.
Roll the intro.
Alpha, Rita's escaped. Recruit me a podcast with attitude. Ranger Rabble, we need you. Leo V, Kyle D, may the power protect you. It's morphin' time.
Go, go. Ranger Rabble. Rabble, Ranger Rabble.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 16 of Ranger Rabble. As always, I'm Kyle D, and to my other side,
I'm Leo V.
and today we are talking about the dumpster fire of a season. In my opinion, Leo seems to disagree. So we're going to butt heads quite a few times during this, and there's going to be arguments, and I'm probably going to yell more than I did the last episode. But we're talking about Power Rangers Mystic Force. And, oh God, did Disney let us down.
They did and they didn't. I would say that this season, narratively, was one of the stronger ones. There wasn't a lot of filler episodes like most seasons have. Most of the episodes had something to do with the overlying story. They did at least 2 or 3 different two-parters just to kind of take some of those stories and extend them out a little bit into chunkier, more like fleshed out episodes. So there was some cool things. We got some special appearances, and by special appearance I mean the original Witch Bandora from Zhu Ranger, aka the original Rita Repulsa. Machigo Soga was a part of this season as the Mystic Mother, so that was a nice little touch.
I forgot about Mystic Mama.
Yeah, so there was definitely some questionable aspects, but
Hey! Sorry, God, I had something stuck in my throat. Jesus.
you should really take a sip if you need to. Get that checked out. It's like something was trying to escape your throat. I don't know, like the magic aspect. It was more of a like good magic versus evil magic kind of thing.
Mhm.
The magic that they were doing wasn't like yes, abracadabra kind of shit. Like it was like, oh, we're fighting for good and we happen to have access to magic and that enhances us as opposed to the bad guys who want to just use magic to destroy the world.
So what you're saying is we didn't get any Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Oh.
This season was actually, as far as like weapons and Zords go, it was minimal. There was not a obnoxious amount of Zords that we had to filter through. They didn't have to like pull out secondary ones just to make themselves stronger. And if they did, it was a Megazord of 2. So it wasn't like everybody gets something new.
It didn't do it for me, man. It was not. I don't know. I feel like it was a filler season. I feel like they just didn't know how to do this the right way, and so they go, okay, let's give them capes, magic wands, and call themselves Mystic Force, and boom, there's your power. I don't know. I just the capes are a big thing for me, and I'm going to talk about the entire episode. I fucking unless you are a superhero like Batman, Superman, Robin, anything like that, okay, you can have a cape. Power Rangers don't need capes. The only exception to the cape rule in Power Rangers was the Magna Defender because he was badass. He looked like frickin' Batman with horns. He deserved and he earned that cape.
So villains don't get capes?
Bad guys, yes, because you're a bad guy. You have to go, I'm the bad guy. And hide your face like a vampire. You walk into him, you go, evil's here. Like, you get a cape. You bad guys get capes.
You mean it didn't have that same feeling when the Rangers would come in and rip their cloaks off and have their little magic outfits that they would wear in Magic World?
They went to a Ren Fair, Lenny. They went to a Ren Fair.
Yeah, but this Ren Fair was significant in the saving of the human world. So if it wasn't for Ren Fair World, the human world wouldn't exist. We would have died a long time ago.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Before we get any further into this, like an employee of the Rockporium, take your break for a second and hit that like and subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any videos here on the channel. This season, we start off in the town of Briarwood. We have a motorcycle riding man who's coming through town, and he finds himself outside of the Rockporium, where we meet the rest of our team. Xander, who's the charismatic, cool guy. We've got Vita, who is the tomboyish DJ. Her sister Maddie, who is a vlogger and a girly girl, and Chip, who is the nerd. And our motorcycle man is Nick. He is riding through town on his way to his next family member place that he bounces around to and from. There's this old guy that shows up and says that his brother needs help in the woods. And there's a rumor around town that if you go into the woods, you never come back. Whoever goes into the woods is lost forever.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, of course, Nick volunteers, and I think Vita decides to go with him, and Chip as well. So the three of them start going off with the old man, and then eventually Xander and Maddie join in. So all five of them enter into, little do they know, they enter into the mystic world through the trees in the forest, which is why no one ever comes back, because they go to a different dimension.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Magic.
Yeah, well,
How'd I do?
the whole like trees are magic thing I don't understand, because that was their way of traveling from one world to the other was through trees. They would walk up to a tree and could touch it and then be transported through the time and space through other trees.
It's talking, Mary. The tree is talking.
You know, if the trees were ants, then I would game over.
It would have made the season better. I would have been like, this is a great season. They mentioned Lord of the Rings.
This old man turns out to be an old woman named Udana, and she has lured the ones who would come to save the magic world to save them. So she essentially gives them magic wands and transports them to their headquarters for the season, which is a giant dragon head in the woods.
Home sweet headquarters.
So Root Core is their command center. It's hidden in the forest, obviously. But it's basically a giant like cavern, this mystical old cavern in the woods. And there's a bunch of like weird symbols on the wall and everything, and those symbols play a part in the Power Ranger lore for this season. Their viewing globe is a crystal ball, which is kind of on point for the magic theme. That's my magic face. How'd I do?
Very magical.
I'll give them credit. It was cool. It looked cool. So okay, you're getting something good for me on this. Record was cool.
They had the Xenotome, which was their like book of magic that they would learn all of their spells and information from. Yeah, Root Core was definitely, it hit the sci-fi vibes that it needed to, as far as a magical lair.
More phenomenal mentor.
Our mentor for this season is the White Witch, the Snow Queen herself, the mystic badass, I want to call her, Udana. Long ago, there was an ancient war where good and evil were fighting against each other. There was 5 warriors that came to their aid and sent the evil, trapped them behind a gate and sent them to like the underworld. Udana's husband, Lianbo, was one of the warriors that had helped to put the evil away. So after that sacrifice, she and her child were left by themselves, and she eventually, through some other things, was separated from her child and has been looking for said child ever since. With every badass mentor, we have to have a bumbling sidekick. So Claire is our bumbling sidekick for the season. She starts off very inexperienced with her magic, even though she's been training forever. She is Udana's niece, and we find out later that her mother was the gatekeeper and the person responsible for constructing the gate that trapped evil. So Claire is destined to become the gatekeeper and fulfill the duty of making sure that the gate stays closed. Unfortunately, during some kind of an earthquake in Briarwood, a piece of the gate breaks off, or it allows the evil to come back out again. And our evil forces waste no time in trying to take back over the earth.
Evil endeavors.
I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. The villains looked really cool. Like really, really cool. Okay. Mordecon was cool looking. Mordecon had like one horn up, one horn down. He looked like the black metal version of the Magnet Defender Zord with the horn with the horns.
I'll give you that. It definitely had like a mechanical sort of feel where like his like pieces of his that side were always doing something.
The Queen of Vampires, Necroli, that's a dope name. She is this like humanoid bat creature. Her pigtails on her head are just bat wings. She reminds me of hold on. Vampira.
Yeah.
From Lightspeed.
But Vampire was definitely a like human with some bat stuff, whereas Necroli was very much a bat with some human features.
Yes. We have Korag the Night Wolf, who is this. Oh God, I love that suit.
Absolute badass.
Like that. If I'm a Power Ranger man and I'm doing my superhero and I look up and that dude's standing in front of me, guess what? Bring me back. Bring me back.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
And Korag, correct me if I'm wrong, Korag ends up turning.
Yes.
At some point.
Korag it ends up being Lian Bo, who is Udana's long lost husband,
Yes.
who is Nick's long lost father.
Right. Jerry,
So
Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. We also have Imperious, who scared the shit out of me.
That's what with the traffic lights on him, right?
Yes. Imperious has like this metal head wrap on his head, like a sorcerer's what's the word I'm looking for?
Turban?
That's it. Hecatoid. I forgot how ridiculous this freaking monster was. He's just a giant blue evil frog.
Adam, what's wrong?
I'm a frog.
Hecatoid reminds me of the fish man from Hellboy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And last but not least, we have the Master, who is just the big bad of the whole season. Dude is scary as shit. Like, looks like just this giant demon man. And on top of that, we have our putties for the season. The Hideax, which are hideous and terrifying. Like,
Earning their name.
yeah, and then the Styzoids, which basically are the Hideax after they've puff passed a couple times and went all Rasta. And I know it's like a bandana, but it looks like they got dreadlocks coming out their back, and they're wearing like stoner clothes.
It's got a very voodoo magic kind of
Yes.
feel to it.
Yes.
A more darker form of magic, if you will.
And then there are also the 10 Terrors in the show. We have Black Lance, Megahorn, Itasis, Gekor, Matumbo, Sculpin, Oculus, Serpentina, Hecatoid.
The 10 Terrors came in, I would say, like mid-ish way towards the season because there was 10 of them, so you had to leave enough time to go through them properly. But they were definitely a fierce fighting force for our Rangers to go against. And around this time, or around the time that the 10 Terrors came in, they had their legendary mode, their legendary warrior mode, which was pretty fucking strong. So when it came down to it, they were pretty prepared.
No, so I liked all the designs of the bad guys in this. Like they definitely made it so like you saw these big bads, you were like, oh shit. Like these guys these guys might actually win this one. I liked it. It was cool.
Their little evil base that they had behind the gate was their underworld prison, if you will, was cool too. It definitely had a lot of space for all of the people that were down there, but they also utilized it well.
Yes.
So since we have all these bad guys, I guess we need to have some way to fight against them.
Awesome armory.
As we said before, our Power Rangers are given obviously magic wands to fight against evil magic. But the Rangers, being too cool for school, decide that walking around with a magic wand might be a little obvious. So they're given cell phone wands instead.
There's a simple explanation for that.
I don't hate cell phone morphers. That's cool. That's a cool thing to do, but like
I guess it made sense that they needed something with numbers on it because throughout the season they were given spell codes which they would use to access different parts of their power. But at the same time, if they didn't have a phone, they would have had to remember magic spells. So this was kind of just a lazy shortcut to not have to do actual magic. So push the buttons, and we know that that's what it means. So you can do these things. Their first episode, Udana whooshes them away to Root Core on brooms, which look like regular broomsticks, but apparently can turn into the Mystic Racers, which are.
Like a speeder bike from Star Wars.
Nick also gets a Mystic Speeder, which is a bike. So he gets a motorcycle
Why is it
because.
always motorcycles with the Power Rangers?
Well, this Red Ranger came in on episode 1 with a motorcycle, so he had to be
I get
given a
that.
motorcycle.
But like every season, they give him a motorcycle.
At one point, they get the Mystic Force Fighters, which are boxing gloves that they can put on and do some boxing. Their magic wands all have a like a secondary form for them to fight with. So like the Green Rangers is an axe, the Yellow Ranger is a crossbow, the Red Rangers turns into a sword because the Red Ranger always gets a sword.
I keep forgetting that the Blue Ranger was a girl and the Yellow Ranger was a guy again.
Blue and Pink were sisters, so they had a nice dynamic with that. At one point, Xander gets mystic muscles. So his top half blows up, and he gets Hulk style muscles. When it comes to Daggeron, our sixth ranger, he has his solar cell morpher, which is a hole puncher. He, of course, has a trained Megazord, so I guess it makes sense that he has a ticket puncher for his morpher. And then, of course, his little sidekick is the cat genie Genji, who
Yes.
is in a lamp, and that lamp becomes a laser gun. Um, Kind of
Yes.
silly.
I loved that genie.
Yeah, Genji was an interesting addition to the team, to say the least.
Genji. That made the season begin to be watchable because like I just love that cat, man.
See, I knew we would find something that you like. Midway through the season, they get their legend armor and their mystic lion staffs.
That's the white suits, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and they have like a lion. And
Yes. Yeah. Those suits were dope. And are there no capes with the super mode?
No capes.
See, now that makes me angry because those should have capes. It should have been reversed. Legendary modes should have had the capes.
yeah, I can absolutely agree with that.
Like these suits would look like all the other Rangers, Daggeron, Udana and the Wolf. Those all, if they had capes like I know Daggeron does, that fits with his suit.
Right. The one thing that I don't like with these Mystic Lion staffs is to access their powers at the top of the staff. There's like a little rotary phone where they have to like literally do it like an old school phone, and it's so silly. And of course, every season's got a battleizer. So Red Dragon Fire Ranger. So he combines with the Dragon Fireheart, and he gets a sword, a magic wand, and dragon wings. Plus, he's got like a light blue accent to his suit, so it's like a blue, gold, and red. Yeah, it's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, man, I fucks with that.
Right?
All right. I'm gonna say it here live on this. The season's not that bad. It's still my least favorite, but it's not that bad.
That's personal growth.
Mecha Madness.
Speaking of growth, when the Rangers are struggling to fight the bad guys, they need to get some more advanced firepower. They need to grow bigger. And we have our Zords for the season. So the Mystic Titans, as they are referred to, so the red Mystic Phoenix, the yellow Mystic Garuda, the blue Mystic Mermaid, the pink Mystic Sprite, and the green Mystic Minotaur. So they would all have their individual forms, and then they could also come together to make a dragon formation, which the red person would ride essentially the dragon that the other Zords would create. And then all 5 of those would come together to be the Titan Megazord, which is basically a Megazord with giant wings. But they do some dumb shit with it too. Like the pink Zord can turn into a ball, and then all the other Zords pass it around to everybody and then smack it into the villain. So the Nick, the red Zord is like a soccer player and does like a flying bicycle kick and kicks the Pink Ranger Zord into the enemy.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Silly.
I want to point out, I forgot how freaking dope the Manticore is.
Bro, yeah. The Manticore Megazord when they go into legendary mode. So the Red Ranger turns into the Phoenix and the Mystic Firebird, and the other 4 turn into the Mystic Lion. So those 2 Zords combine to become the Manticore Megazord, which is bad
Dope.
fucking
Bro,
ass.
beautiful.
Our good friend Korag could also turn himself into a Megazord, combining with Catastros. So he would become the Centaurus Wolf Megazord, and normally would lay the smackdown on the Rangers. Then there was also a Unicorn Zord named Bright Star, which was capable of traveling dimensions and combines with the Mystic Phoenix to make the Phoenix Phoenix Unizord.
So I hear Unicorn Zord, and my brain goes right to The Office. My horn can pierce the sky.
Of course, when Fireheart the Dragon wasn't being a battleizer for Nick, he could also combine with parts of the Megazord as well. And then Daggeron had the Solar Streak Megazord, which was a giant train that had like little robo train cars that would like tie up your enemy with train tracks. And the furnace blast, which would come out of the center of the chest, was really fucking cool. Overall, though, not too many Zords, not too many unnecessary things. To be honest, I would have liked to see like Udana have a Zord, but she wasn't around much for the season, so she didn't really need a whole lot of that. She pretty much just made herself Zord sized and fought on her own. So she was strong enough. She didn't really need it. Although she was strong enough, but still managed to lose her powers and get her staff stolen from her. And
Doesn't
so,
this
like,
little like blonde girl find her like headdress and put it on?
so Claire's
Claire.
mother was the gatekeeper. So that headdress that she wore was her mother's headdress, and that was to help channel all of that power to get the gate, which is what trapped the evil.
Got you. Okay. Okay. I thought the blonde girl became the next Udana and put on her headdress.
No, but she did step in a little bit, and when Udana went to go try to get her powers back, Claire was like, "Hey, I have magic now, so let me help you after you helped train me for all these years. You know, the least I can do."
The Golden Morpher. I'm going to give the Golden Morpher to Korag, Daggeron, Udana, and the Legendary mode.
Valid. Korag was definitely top of my list. Daggeron was a great midway mentor to come in and kind of train the Rangers and give us another uh, bit of context into the ancient war, into a lot of the stuff that we didn't know too much about yet. The legendary ranger mode was really cool. Their magic was super amplified, so kind of hard to fucks with them once they were there. Um, Me personally, I would also say that the two-parter episode where the bad guys got a hold of Genji and wished that the Power Rangers no longer existed,
Okay,
and
yes.
then they had to go and like plead their case to the Tribunal of Magic and try to get them to reverse the wish. And at first they were like, "Nah, bro, like we're not gonna help you guys. You pretty much gave up your powers and weren't willing to do what you needed to do to hold on to them." But then they find that they go back and are fighting without their powers.
I'm not gonna stand by and watch this. Run! Get out of here!
And that's where they get the legendary mode from. The Tribunal is like, okay, they might need a little extra hand when it comes to fighting some of this stuff. So it was cool to see them not only change their mind, but then give them powers that were strong enough to, kick anyone's ass.
Oh man! All right. So, given all the stuff that I learned today, while it is still my least favorite season, I'm sorry, second least favorite season.
There it is.
I
Don't
will.
disrespect how much you hate stupid Megaforce.
Okay, well then, yeah, I have three. I have three non-favorites. So yeah, Mystic Force is definitely number two. Stupid Megaforce is number one. I'm going to give this a generous 5 out of 10.
That is way higher of a ranking from you than I would have expected. I'm gonna go and give it a solid 7.
Okay.
Story wise, like I said, there was a lot narratively that from beginning to end really told one big story.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, while there may have been individual episodes for Rangers, it wasn't at the expense of the story. But yeah, this season definitely you can tell was a Disney season. The Harry Potter craze had definitely run its course, and once they saw that there was magic and superheroes and they could steal that footage and run with it, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I'm giving it the 5 out of 10 because, like I said, I learned a lot of things about the season, especially the fact that they had a Ron Wasserman version of the theme song.
Right?
That we got dicked over on royally, and they never called us afterwards. Like, not even a text, just a boom, boom, you're done. Go fuck yourself.
Ghosted.
Yeah. And definitely remembering about the Zords and the suits. As much as I hate the capes, seeing the legendary mode without capes made me have like this much appreciation for capes again.
Just enough.
Just enough to be like, okay, if they switched it around and gave the suits no capes and then the super mega mode or the legendary mode cape, understandable. Like a white cape with like their color accenting like the trim, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
But no, fuck us. We're just the fans.
For all of us here at Ranger Rabble, here at Nerd Daddy Productions, as always, I am Leo V.
And I'm Kyle D. And well, it's
It's
morphin'
morphin'
time.
time.
Magical source. Mystic. Force. Calling Misto Rangers.
Misto Ranger. Later.
Later.